Well, I don't really like Infinity War or Endgame. I think they're really terrible films. But there's something about the catchphrases in the films that are like, oh, okay, they were pretty effective. They have like pretty powerful moments. So there's a moment where that version of Thanos, who I don't want to call Thanos, he says basically, I guess I'll have to do it myself. Because I am not at all clear what the hell is happening with the DOA case at all. But this is my best guesstimate. So I'm going to put that very explicit title. This is my guessing of what is happening with the case because everyone keeps saying, Bailey, this is exclusive, straight factual news. And I'm like, it's not adding up. It's not adding up. I get it. You know, DOA is so polarizing. We're going to create our own reality. It is what it is. I do think the social construction of knowledge theory is good or bad true. We construct knowledge. It's not magically given to us. But I'm not going to deep dive into the philosophy of law here. I'll get right to it. So, what do I think is going on? Well, the best I can gather from these very partisan accounts is this that several felonies were dropped. So, the judge has thrown out several felonies. However, out of nowhere, DOA is being charged with new felonies. Okay, that's weird. And again, I'm going to be totally neutral here, whether you like him or don't like him. I'm going to try to give something to each side. So if you hate him, is this bad news? Well, no, because the people who hate him are salivating that some of these charges, allegedly, they don't say what they are because they don't know. So we're kind of like, okay, what are they? Okay, I don't know. Allegedly carry minimal sentences, meaning that he will have to go to jail if he is found guilty. That's a mighty big if. So if he is found guilty of certain charges, apparently three of the charges, he will have to serve a certain minimal amount of time in jail. And there we go. And they're just salivating. Yes, yes, put him in jail. Put him in jail. He has to see Bubba. He has to see Bubba. And so they're going cuckoo crazy and in a joyous rapture that he will have to go to jail. And there's no other option. Okay, well, maybe not. We don't even know what the charges are, but there we are. So we're just stuck in a weird abyss of where nobody knows anything, but they're very excited. Okay, so that's the hater of DOA side. So what about the lover or the pro DOA side? Are they exactly lamenting or in a spiral of depression? No, because they have their own good news. So the way DOA and his fans explain it, and again, remember this is all very partisan. So DOA acknowledges yes, these are new charges. He was caught off guard. And he's saying, which again doesn't make sense to me, I'm just going to reiterate what was said or claimed, namely that these new charges, about six of them apparently, will cost him $60,000 because the lawyer's demanding $10,000 per charge to defend him. Okay. And again, back to the haters for 3 seconds. They're very confident he's not going to be able to raise $60,000 for the lawyer, but maybe not. We'll wait and see. Uh, why would it matter if he is able to raise 60? I don't know. Anyway, so if he is able to raise apparently 60,000, he'll be in a good place. But he himself is like pessimistic he can do that. So there you go. So he's got to try to come up with $60,000 for the new charges, and he does admit that he and his lawyer messed up by not being more alert. But because these are new charges, he will have to go back to court and plead innocent or guilty. So you can have new charges brought against you, but you still have to be given a little bit of time to, right, react to the charge. So it's a little puzzling because again, good or bad, like many people, I'm just like, okay, can we just get to where are we exactly and give some finality? But there we are. So new charges. So it's going to continue further on a little bit more. And I can kind of see how both sides are taking the news and going to have a positive spin because obviously, if you're on the anti-DOA side, it doesn't make sense that charges are dropped. I mean, if the guy is guilty beyond belief, like, why are they dropping the charges? I thought he was guilty. Yeah, I mean that is weird if you think he's really guilty. Um, yeah, why is he having some success there? But the haters are like, oh no, we knew some of the charges would be dropped. Okay, so you were okay with him being in jail for fake charges. Like, the charges don't mean anything. You kind of concede that, yeah, that was kind of fake. There's nothing there, but I'm okay with that. Okay? I mean, call me crazy. I'm not okay with that. I usually prefer people to go to jail for what they're actually guilty for, but I guess, hey, if you hate DOA enough, we'll just have him in jail for for crimes he did not even commit. Okay, all right. I guess. I guess. But I'm not so sure that he will necessarily have right guaranteed he's going to jail. I mean, I'm more curious about the right specifics here because I'm like, he's not native to California as far as I know, right? He's not from Cali. So if he does go to jail, does he necessarily end up in the California system, right? It's not beyond reason that he would end up in a different state. So he could very well be in Las Vegas, Louisiana, Tennessee. It would just be very curious to me where he would actually end up. I would forewarn people, and again, I am not at all defending DOA, but I noticed a really radical shift in his attitude. Like he seems to really like this judge. Now, whether the judge is going to reciprocate, I don't know, but he was very intent on saying, "Do not say anything bad about the judge." I was like, "Oh, that's kind of weird. That is a massive change." When he's just like, "Oh, the courts, the government, oh God, oh the evil, the conspiracies." I'm like, "All right, that is mighty curious." He's something so nice and respectful to this particular judge. That's really interesting. But like it or not, judges do have a lot, a lot of power over cases. They do. Whether you like it or not, they do have that power. So I think people are salivating. He will necessarily go to jail. Don't really know how sentencing works or how judges work or how any of this works with our actual legal system. So it could very well be, again, I'm not saying it's a good thing. The judge may go beyond Call of Duty and really, really severely mitigate the sentence. Namely, let's say the haters get their wish, and he's like, he has to go to jail for 3 years. Oh my God, I'm celebrating Bubba, Bubba and DOA. It's like, no, the judge can do a lot of things. Say, well, yeah, I mean, I guess you're gonna have to go to jail, but I think you fit more like a mentally ill patient. We're gonna put you in like a halfway house, like put them in the most nicest prison of all time, and say, yeah, I think that's where we're gonna leave you at. I don't know if you want to be in with these violent felons and these violent thugs. I don't think that's the right place for you. So again, good or bad, judges can go a lot of different directions. Now, is DOA going to get lucky? I don't know, but why do people have this weirdo imagination with court cases that every case where you're found guilty, you necessarily go see Bubba with the what Latin King Gang, the Black Aryan Brotherhood? I mean, people just need to stop watching so much TV and YouTube and think that is reality. That is not reality. There are many different types of prisons. The prison system we have in America is massive now. It is a massive system. So could DOA be bunk mating with serial killers and convicted felons? Yeah, maybe. Or it could be he's just going to be, in a Martha Stewart prison. I mean, Martha went to jail. Do you think she really went to jail with Bubba and Sparks and whoever? Suge Knight? No, no, no. Different kinds of prisons, guys. Just calm down, calm down. So is DOA fated for the Bubba? Well, maybe, maybe not. I have doubts it will be a Bubba thing, but it does look bad for him. And these are minimal sentences, and a judge cannot play too much with those minimal sentences. But again, this case has gotten weirder and weirder and weirder. So we'll see where the drama keeps going. And that is the very confusing legal spectacle of DOA for now. Thanks for listening.